Hey guys, JH, welcome to Practice Tee. Okay, today just want to talk about Mo Norman and how Mo Norman worked the ball. Not that he ever had to work the ball really, because he basically just hit everything so straight, so he was never out of position. But if you look at Mo and you look on some of the clinics that he's done over the years, you'll see he calls it hoping golf, you know, shot to the right, shot to the left. Now when you see Mo hitting those shots, the thing that is evident, particularly when he hits the hard right to left shots, is that it's this: lots of release. You'll see him do that, lots of release. Now if you want to move the ball with any golf swing in a fairly severe manner, then you have to have a fairly severe, there are two components that have to be severe, and that is the angle of attack into the ball, the path into the ball, and the face angle. Now if you want the ball to start right and really move hard left, then you've got to really have a severe into-out path, maybe 10, 12, 14 degrees into-out, and the face shut down maybe 7 or 8 degrees, maybe 10 degrees. So you're really putting a lot of oblique spin on the ball. You can't do it from just a soft draw is not so severe an attack path and not so much of a closed down face. Now guys, the ball can only do what the golf club face dictates and the path that face is delivered to the ball on. It can't do anything else. That's the law of catchment. The ball can't do anything else. That's the law of ball flight, which is path and face. Nothing else has any effect on the direction that a golf ball goes. It's path and face. So if Mo wanted to hit a draw, I mean, he basically said, and there was not a lot of discussion or a lot of, real interest from him when I asked him about it. And he said to me, well, what do you do? What do you do when you want to move the ball? I said, just path and face. If I want to draw it, I just aim a little further right, shut the face and swing on my body line. If I want to fade the ball, I just aim a little bit left, open the club face and swing on my body line, on my line of line. He said, well, that's what I do. He said, that's what everybody does. That's the only way you can get the ball to move. It's path and face. Now he said that. But he did not say to me about any extra effort to chase the ball with the lead hand. He never said any of that to me. He just said, all I do is I basically set up, if I want to hit a draw, set up a little bit to the right, close the face, swing on the body line. And the same left. If you wanted to hit a fade, set up a little bit left, open the club face, swing on the body line. Just path and face. And guys, that's the easiest thing to do. If you wanted to hit it high, and you saw him at the clinics, and he said to me, if I want to hit it high, high hands. Now that's a very deliberate action. Now there's not much point having high hands if you want to hit the ball high from a normal ball position, because you can't get in position to do that. So you've got to move the ball up a little bit and just throw the club up. You move it up a bit and throw the club up. And Mo did that. If you watched him, you've got to be very, very, studious in your observation of what he does, because a lot of things are sort of, covered up with the banter and the movement and the quickness of what he's doing a lot of the time. But when he wanted to hit it high, he said, I want to hit it high, I'll do that. But the ball went up a little bit. When he wanted to hit it low, he said, low hands. But the ball went back a little bit. So even the great Mo Norman can't escape the laws of ball flight. He can't do it, nobody can. And as I say, he didn't really go in, he wasn't really interested in talking too much about that, because he was basically a straight ball hitter. And he said the amount of times that I'm off, the centre of the fairway is insignificant, so I don't have to move the ball that much. If I miss the centre, the fairway, and I don't have to move the ball. I don't have to sling it, or I don't have to cut it. I might have to put a gentle fade on it, or a little soft draw. But guys, if you want to move it hard right to left, so it's got to be a really severe into it, out attack, maybe 15 degrees, and you're going to have the face shut down. It depends on where you play the golf ball. If I want to hit the ball hard right to left, I play it back. I shut everything down, I shut the face down, and I stay here when I hit it. Here, and then I get a natural rotation. I stay here, and as I hit it, I get a natural rotation because the club is really going past my body, and my hands are going past the centre of my body. And that's what gives me the pronounced or more aggressive rollover of the face. But if you're watching the clinics, when Mo hitting those slingers, he's doing this. He's not doing that. He's going like that. Hoping golf. Then he goes, hoping golf. He's moving the face, don't worry about that. And he's doing a lot of manipulation with his hands. So it's not like his normal golf swing where it's just here and here. Even with his normal golf swing, guys, he doesn't do that. Doesn't anybody tell you that? He doesn't do that. And it's very confusing because he's, I eat my food off here, I'll bring it back here. But he doesn't do that. He's like everybody else. Once the club gets past here, he brings it back. So what you've got to just take on board is that if you want to do Mo Norman, if you want to do the Mo Norman system, then you've just got to abide by the laws of ball flight, which is path and face. If I'm swinging 15 degrees into out, over here like this, 15 degrees into out, and I've got a square club face, the ball just goes straight right. Now the club just went through there, the square club face goes straight right because the path is out there and the club face is pointing in the direction of the path. But if I want to draw it back, the club would be going out there and the club face would be pointing over here, which puts that oblique spin on it. It comes back over here. So Mo did the same, guys. Absolutely the same. Didn't have to do it to the degree that he did, but in the clinics he showed you the big slingers and the big cuts. Hoping golf, he calls it, It's just this and that. There's none of this, and there's none of that, and you can see that. Have a look on the videos, guys. So the basic message is there is no getting away from the laws of path and face. You just can't get away from those. It's not possible. Nobody, not even a robot, can get away from that. Where the club face is pointing, invariably the ball will start. So yeah, guys, it's elementary. It's elementary, and it's just laws of ball flight. If you go onto the internet and just pull up the laws of ball flight, you'll see that the diagrammatic explanation. Yeah, guys. So I don't know what else I can tell you, but there's no sort of mystery about how Mo Norman moved the golf ball. He moved it like everybody else, with path and face. But he didn't hit the slingshots or the big cuts because invariably he never had to. He may have had to sometimes, but most of the time he would not have had to. And I've had him hit some draws and some little fades, but his draws are like the great players. It just moves out and it just leaks a little bit, just to the left, and the fades are just dead straight and they just leak to the right. They're not cuts and they're not slinging hooks. Anything that starts right of your target, guys, and comes back as a hook. Don't let anybody tell you, if they think that's a big power draw, that's a power hook. Anything that starts right of the target line and comes back goes away from the target and comes back as a hook. Anything that starts left of the target line and comes back is a cut. It's not a fade, it's a cut, that's a hook. A proper draw is dead straight and it just rifles off to the left. Most people hit hooks, even the great players. Fuzzy Zoeller hit hooks his whole life. They would just push hooks. That's what he did. He was good enough to win a Masters and a US Open. But anything that starts right at the target line, guys, and comes back as a hook. A proper draw is rifle. It just does that and it just falls off to the left right at the end. You saw Jack at his peak. You know, you stand behind Jack, the ball just went dead straight. Stand behind Freddie. It just goes dead straight and it just falls off to the right, just tips over at the end. It's that type of flight dead straight and that type of flight dead straight. It's not that and it's not that. That's a hook, that's a cut. That's a fade, well, that's a draw. Okay guys, that's essentially how to move the ball according to Mo. Okay, the high and low shots, Mo very much threw the hands up. That was his intention. High ball, wanted to get like that. Now the only way the hands can go up more than they normally do is you have to have more pitch in your shoulders. You can't throw your hands up like that and have your shoulders going around here. So in order to throw your hands up, you have to pitch your shoulders down more. Your right shoulder has to go down more. It just has to do that. That's just an elementary body geometry structural requirement. If you want to hit it higher, the right shoulder goes down further, like that. Yeah. Want to hit it lower, the left shoulder goes down further here. You're sort of leaning on the ball here. And you will get, clearly, when the shoulder goes down, you get the higher hands because we're pitching. When you keep the left shoulder down through the ball, the hands will stay lower because the hands are connected to the arms, which are connected to the shoulder, and the shoulder's lower. This portion of the arm is lower, so the hands stay lower. Elementary, dear Watson. Okay guys, I hope that helps you. It's a little bit rushed. I've got some stuff to do. But essentially Mo didn't do anything differently to anybody else. He really didn't. No matter what anybody tells you or thinks. And I never ever heard him talk about forcing the hand more in the direction of the target. I mean, I think once you think about doing that, which he didn't do, by the way, I mean, he never did that. He, like everybody else, he did that. Once the hand got past the ball, he turned that way. He never went down the line like that and then turned. Look at him from behind, look at him from above. He's got as much acute left of the line rotation as anybody else that's ever played golf. He might have been on the ball a fraction longer, half an inch, something like that, but you wouldn't see that in the golf swing. If you see that video of him from above, I mean, he just rotates as hard left as anybody else. But he disguises it because he goes here and then he brings it back, which looks like he's done this. And he doesn't do that. Or he never did that. Okay guys, have a look at that. Tell me what you think. And if you need any more explanation on that, let me know.